Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tired Axe Outdoors. Today we are in the backyard, went out fishing this morning, and as promised on Instagram, I'm going to show you guys how to get 5 boneless fillets out of a Northern Pike. I know a lot of guys throw them back because of the Y bones. They're just not comfortable, you know, getting them cleaned up and making sure that they're bone free. So I'm going to show you guys a trick that I use that works, I would say, 98% of the time. Every once in a while you find a little bone, but I'll show you guys how to kind of check for that and where to look for that, or I guess where I've had issues. So stick with us. Hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, guys. So to start out, we've got our 2 fillet knives. I've got just a little bit longer. These are the old school Rapala fillet knives, wooden handle, and then I've got a short one here. For pike, I typically use the larger knife, and panfish the smaller, but got those 2 here. Got my cutting board, and then just a bowl of salt water with some ice in it, just to keep the fish nice and cold while we're cleaning the fish. Grab our pike here. All right, guys, so we got our pike here. This is just a little 18-inch Northern. Today we primarily did catch and release, but I wanted to bring this guy home to show you guys how I do this. So I start out with my small fillet knife. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sit this guy up on his belly. You're going to want to come right behind the head, and you're going to want to make a cut about 1 inch down. And then you're going to scoot right across the top of those Y bones back to this rear dorsal fin. So that's going to be the first fillet. Once you do that, on its side, you'll be able to see the Y bones running down both sides of the fish. So you're going to be able to get in there and do a traditional fillet style right above those Y bones. But it's going to help to see where they're at. That'll be the second fillet, and on this side, the third fillet. Now, the 5th is going to be right back here. So you want to go right from its butt, and you want to cut right into the tail here, and then you're going to take the fillet off the tail on both sides. So that's your 4th and 5th fillet. So we'll go ahead and get started here. We'll do that top one first. So we're going to come right back above its head. I kind of line up with the back of the white above his gill. So, and just cut like 1 inch down. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and slide our knife in at an angle. And you'll hear your blade going against the top of those Y bones. And that's fine because that's something we can clean up later. And obviously this is a little bit smaller of a fish, and then right up here above the Y bone, or the dorsal fin. So a larger fish would obviously produce more meat. So there's 1 fillet. Now, I don't know if you guys can see here, these white lines that run down the length of the fish. You have your center spine here, but then the white lines that run down, those are those pesky Y bones. So we're gonna come in on top with our small fillet knife still, and we're going to cut right down. You can even feel them in there. You're going to kind of straight down, and you're going to work your way back along that Y bone. And this is going to be your initial cut. And I kind of come back to the same point and stop there. Now, I'm going to use my blade tip, and I'm just going to work that fillet down to the bottom. And as you're cutting, if you happen to come across some of those bones, you just move your knife tip just a little bit further forward. But being able to have the view from above makes a difference because you can kind of see where you're working. Just like taking the, on a clean and pan fish, getting down to the meat in the belly as well. There we go. And I slice all the way straight down to the belly. And then I go ahead and remove that fillet. Sorry for the shaky camera. I got you guys sitting on the table in front of me. All right. So there is your second fillet. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. So right ahead of those Y bones. And your initial cut on the top here doesn't necessarily need to be super deep. It's just kind of getting your base marked as to where you're going to start your cut. You guys might be able to see a little better right now that I'm on this side. Same thing on this side, just right down the body. So, we went out this morning. It was like 38 degrees when we left the house this morning. But we got to the lake and the sun was just starting to come up. And I got to say, it was probably the prettiest morning I've seen on the water in a long time, or at least in recent memory. The fall colors are popping. There's a little bit of that misty haze out on the water from the cold night last night. It's pretty awesome. So those are the days that you appreciate being able to get out on the water and enjoy the great outdoors. So we'll slice down to the belly here. All right, and then we're going to separate right at the base of that fillet. All right, there's another fillet. Now, these tail fillets, we're going to cut right, like I said, right above the butt. So you're going to skip about an inch right back here. And you're going to cut straight down. And then you're going to run your blade just at an angle all the way back to the tail. And there's actually quite a bit of meat on that fillet. So it's a nice thick fillet. So that's kind of what that side looks like now that we're done. Now, flip it over, do the same thing. Skip about an inch. Straight down. And then we're going to go out. So there. Go ahead and discard what's left. All right, so there are our 5 boneless pike fillets. Super easy. Anyone can do it. Don't be afraid of keeping these guys. I mean, the meat tastes really, really good. And in Minnesota here, they're plentiful. They're easy to catch. So if you're looking to feed some hungry kids, this is the way to do it. All right. And the rest is just basically like you would clean a normal fish. So what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of hold, I just use my fingernail and just kind of hold the skin down right here and just get that blade started in there. And we're going to remove the fillet right off the skin. Helps to have a sharp knife. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, but you know, these are inexpensive knives, but I've had them for years and they do a great job if you maintain them. All right, so there's one fillet that'll go right in our saltwater bath. Get that out of here. Same on the other side. So I hope this will get the word out there a little bit. Make people not so reluctant to keep these fish. You know, I know the lake that we fish frequently has got just an absolute ton of pike that are, you know, 18 to 20 inches. And there's some big ones in there too. But these little guys, you know, if they eat up all the food source, there's another fillet. If they eat up the food source, then it's going to stunt their growth and you're going to end up with a lake that has 5 billion little northern in them, which are still fun to catch. But if you want to grow true, you know, trophy size fish or fish over 40 inches, you got to help manage that fish population. Put the big guys back and eat the smaller ones. But as you can see, I mean, one 18-inch fish produces quite a bit of meat. So there's that back fillet. Nice little fillet like that. And these little tail fillets. So these are the ones you kind of got to watch to make sure you don't get any bones. So I'll show you guys right up along this base here. So I can feel there's a couple of little bones right there. So I might end up taking, you know, a half an inch of length off this to get rid of those. That's just the back of those Y bones coming through to the other side. These ones are kind of tricky to get your blade down at the right angle to get that meat off. There we go. So then I'll just trim off just a very little bit. And if you hear the knife and you feel the knife go through without hitting any bones, chances are you got them. Yep. And I just run my fingertip along there. You know, I got my little guy who's 4 who loves to eat fish, but he hates bones. I mean, who loves getting fish bones? But I've gotten this to the point where I'm comfortable giving him them. Giving him the fish and not having to worry about bones. So it's that simple. Yeah, see there's a little bone I can feel with my fingertip right there, so I'll just trim that out. Because the last thing you want to do with a kid is, you know, get him scared of eating fish. There we go. So there's 5 boneless fillets off of a Northern Pike. So just one more time, went ahead and rinsed off the cutting board and the knife. I'll show you guys these fillets. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, and 5. So that's 5 boneless fillets off a Northern Pike. So you guys can imagine, you know, if this was a 25 or a 26 inch fish, these fillets are quite a bit larger. So that makes a huge difference when you're, you know, putting food on the table. But you know, this is demonstration purposes, so this is still, you know, if you got 4 or 5 of these guys, you're helping manage that population. You're also feeding your family, so that's what's important. Throw those back in here. All right, guys, so that'll wrap it up for us this time. We appreciate you checking us out on YouTube. You know, this is something that we put up the question on Instagram here a week or so ago, talking about the 5 boneless fillets. So if you haven't checked us out on Instagram, head over, follow us on Instagram, check us out on TikTok. But most importantly, if you guys like these videos and you like what we're doing here at Tired Axe Outdoors, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications. We're, you know, up over 100 subscribers now. We're working towards 500 now. And, you know, we're just having a lot of fun bringing you guys these videos. And, you know, any money that we make or anything that we make here on the channel or from selling shirts or stickers, it all comes back to this. It upgrades equipment, it upgrades cameras, microphones, everything to make the videos better. So we appreciate you guys following along. Like I said, make sure if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Take care.